And here's day 34. It's warm today, it's like -5, but there's supposed to be a big snowfall warning tonight. So I want to get this roof finished so it doesn't fill up in here. I'll go back up, finish sheeting the rest of this roof. I stayed last night and cleaned up all the snow, cleaned up this floor. Now hopefully I can get the roof sheeted and then won't get any more snow in here. So to get my piece where it comes up around the corner there, I have to cut it like this. I always measure what it is this way, and then I leave a little bit here, and then it's gonna fit a little tight, and I'll just smash it in with my hammer. It looks a little ugly when you do it, but you're gonna see later why that doesn't matter. Now I have to do this side here, so I'll pre-cut the pieces and put them down there. Side's all done now. Now I can put this fascia on here. I'll get my measurements. It's gonna go from that point down to where it hits the roof, up to that point, which will be about 57.5, and that'll be an 8/12 angle at the top. And to find this angle at the bottom, you could do it the easy way and just put your square on here and check what it is. But if you want to do the math to figure it out, it's an 8/12. Well, an 8/12 rafter cut is 34 degrees. An 8/12 seat cut is 56 degrees. So to find out what that angle is, you'd go 56 degrees minus 34 degrees, and you would end up with 22 degrees. That's what the angle needs to be. So it's 57.5 long to long, from an 8/12, which is the 34 degrees, to the long of a 22 degrees. So that's 57.5 from the long point of a 22 degree to the long point of an 8/12 or a 34 degree. And we'll see how it fits. So the 8/12 at the top, the 22 at the bottom. Go tight to there and flush at the top. Just like that. There's that front side all done. It's got one more strip at the top here. I'll do that later though. I'll finish the rest of this side. Now I'll finish the rest of this side. This is where I have to be careful not to drop the sheet, because it'll smash the shit out of that house. Rest of this side. Now I'll do these top strips. I'll finish the few ridge blocks I have left, and then I'll cut in the top strips, put them all in, and then I can get my valley trusses up here and start putting those in and build this roof across. So my top strips are all going to be 14 inches, so I got 6 of them cut here. I'll have to cut about 6 more for the other side, but I'll start putting these in. Put them in at the top, but I got to put an H clip in here because it's not tongue and groove. So every space gets an H clip, and I'll put the top strips in the whole way. So I just put these on, ran them over the back. Now I'll just cut off the excess. There's the top all finished. Starting to snow pretty good now. Getting pretty slippery up here. But now I can start putting these valley trusses in. I don't really want to go bug the guy with the forklift to lift them up again. I think I can just pull them up with the rope. They're not that big. It's only about 6 of them, plus a few little ones. There's gonna be one that sits right on this peak, and then they're gonna go in here and in here and connect to this gable right across. So I'll pull them up from here. So I'll throw my rope down and get the trusses over there, hook them up and pull them up. So I got the first 3 little ones up, and it's icy up here. This little one is gonna sit on the peak like that, and then they're gonna fill in with bigger ones in this space and the other space. But I can't really walk up here. Whoa. Yeah, it's pretty icy. I think I'm gonna go finish this stuff on the upstairs. So I'll come down here and make sure all the drywall backing is done on top of the walls. I'll finish all my 1x4 strapping. I'll get everything that needs to be done and the truss is done. I need to build an attic access box so they can get into the attic later. So I'll start doing all that stuff. So I'll start doing this room by room. I'll make sure all the door plates are cut out. I'll make sure all the corners are nailed up. See where you have walls coming in together. They're nailed at the top and bottom of the plates, but this isn't nailed yet. I have to do 2 nails every 16 inches on every one of the wall connections. There, here, over there. So I'll do the door plates, the corners. I'll make sure the strapping and the drywall backing is done in the roof. I'll take this plank down, and that'll pretty much be this room. And I can start working, getting on those tubs into that room. And then I can put the studs back in, and this room will be done. One more thing that I have to do in this back room is this. Then I'll take my cutoffs. Nail them on here. Put that back in the wall and tack it up there. Now, why did I do that? Because when they deliver the drywall to this house, they're gonna have 14-foot sheets of drywall. They don't want to carry those up the stairs. So now they're just gonna pop this piece of wall out and they can slide it right through here. Now I'll move these tubs into the bathrooms. There's gonna be one here and one here. I'll bring this one in first. I'll put it right up at the front wall here though, because they still have to poly and drywall this and insulate it before I can slide the tub all the way back. So I'll have to leave it up at the front and then they could do that. But first I want to make sure I get my towel bar backing and toilet paper backing in here, so because the tub will be in the way later. So here's the blocking in the bathroom for the towel bar. I put blocks here so they can screw the side of the tub into on that side and that side. So I'll pull the tub in through here and put it in here. So I have the one tub in the room. It's hard to see, it's dark on this camera. It's not that dark in here, but I can't see anything on the camera. But I got that tub in that room. I can put the studs in, and then I'll put this tub in that room, put the studs in. And then it's time for a beer.